And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Oxygen Not Included. Alright, it's time. I have done a ton of work and got the base sort of ready to move these hatches that are up here down to a little room. I've got this little room right here set up, ready to feed some hatches. I've got, what is this, 3, 6, 8 storages full of sandstone ready to go. Notice how there's no ore on the ground. There's nothing for them to eat, and that's the key to getting these guys to where you want to go. This guy here came out as I was digging this area in here. That's where this guy popped out, so I left a little area for him to burrow in, and then I built the tile floors all around, and then I have doors. These pneumatic doors, I've got these open right here, so these are set to open. So the first thing I want to do is I want to dig this out, and these guys will drop down to here. Oink. Oh! So there's actually 2 of them in there. Okay, and they should hit this. They give a little forgiveness. They should burrow in here eventually. After they, decide there's nothing to eat, they'll go ahead and burrow in there. They might wait a day. But the other thing I want to do is I want to get these guys. There they go. I want to get these guys as well. So we're going to dig those 2 hatches out. Oh, there's a muckroot in there. And now there's a little dirt in there, but we should be able to pick up that dirt. Yeah, we're going to pick up that dirt. So yeah, you want nothing on the ground. And this is key to moving these guys. Oh, there was something over here. Okay, we need to sweep that up. I don't know what was there. Sandstone. There was a little sandstone left over. I think probably... yeah, there was a little bit left over. So these guys will burrow right here. And now the key is to get them into this area during the next day. So we've got to time it really well. And I'm going to speed things up a little bit, because the next time these guys unburrow, I want them to come in here, and then I want to close this door. So we need to time it pretty quickly, and we have to wait till the next day. But, if there's a hatch somewhere in this area, then I can herd them in here using this last little bit of dirt here, because I don't think they burrow in any type of stone. They'll burrow in, I believe, algae and dirt and sand. I think they'll use sand as well. I haven't ever gotten any to slime, so I don't know if they go into slime, but I'm guessing they would. If it's a soft material, I think they will. So if there's any hatches up here, I'm not going to worry about them. There's only so much I can handle when it comes to hatches. Let's see. We've got a little bit of extra time. I'm slowly converting all my floors to the gas permeable tiles. And the reason for that is once we kickstart the whole system, we're going to pressurize the whole base, and I want to be able to make sure that CO2 comes down, because this is going to be our gas processing center down here. Now let's see, how do we want to handle this? So these guys are all converting this over. Whatever they don't finish, looks like they're going to get pretty close to finishing here. Although it takes a while to build these tiles, that's for sure. So we're just about nighttime. These guys will pop up. Now the key is just before the end of the night. So there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hatches down here. Just having some fun. So just before the end of the night, I'm going to take this far compactor here. And I'm going to dump its material. And that should draw them in here so they can feed. Right about now. So they should all start moving over this way to feed. And I'm hoping these guys didn't do what I wanted. They didn't do what I wanted them to. So I might have to do a little red alert thing for one day. Because they didn't come over here like I thought they would. Maybe that was too far away? I'm not sure. I could just build it over here. That would mean I would have to move all of that sandstone over to here. It is easier when you leave them someplace to burrow, because otherwise, if I would have left them some dirt in here, they would have burrowed in here, and then I would have gotten a few more. But I will tackle that at a different time, I think. For now, we need to get a power system going. So first we're gonna close all these off. And we've got quite a bit of copper to use. I've been digging up every scrap of copper that I've found. I got a little bit left, but yeah, they built all of this. Oh yeah, I was going to point this out too. You know, we built these doors to try to block the horrific hit to decor that these heavy watt wires give. And if you look at it, you can see the decor here is awful. And here you see the decor, the heavy watt wire is actually coming through there. So let's do a little experiment and see if a regular door, a good mechanized airlock, will be good enough to block that. So if we look at our decor, you can see the heavy watt wire is a big fixture in how bad that decor is, and there's really no way to overcome that. I mean, the decor is so bad. Especially, I mean, each tile of heavy watt wire just increases that decor hit. Look at that. It blocked that decor hit. So I'm going to want one of those all the way up for all of my power. Because this heavy watt wire is going to be, you know, it's going to be pretty major going across here. And I want as little people running back and forth as possible, because it's just going to be a nightmare of decor, and it would just increase stress, you know. And we have those powered. I could, well, if I have another transformer here, I would be able to power the door, so I'm not too worried about that. The big question is what to do with all this polluted water over here, and I do believe I'm going to just mop it up. This much polluted water, I don't really have a use for it here. I could pump it up and in, but we already have quite a lot of polluted water, so I don't really think we need much more of that. Okay, how are we doing on food? We were getting dangerously low on food. All of our lice, all of our meal woods are all stifled because we are still not getting it warmed up in here, and our water is in a bad way. So we want to enable this building again. I've already turned off water here, and I've also drained out the extra water here. So we have a little extra water coming in here. I could bring some of this water over. So let's do that. Let's plan for that a little bit later. Let everybody catch up here. So yeah, I'm glad those airlocks block that decor. So to help with the decor, I'm going to put some sculpting blocks, and we want to do these out of granite again, just because there is a tiny boost to the decor. So I'm going to do a granite one there. I'll probably do one up here too. Not sure how much more power I'm probably gonna need quite a bit of power, because we're gonna have some fertilizer makers, which, by the way, now produce, they not only produce fertilizer, but they also produce natural gas. And I mean, they consume quite a lot of polluted water. But the natural gas, you need 3 of these to keep a natural gas generator going full time. That would give you 60. Let's double check that. And natural gas generator. Yeah, 60 grams per second for the natural gas generator. So yeah, 3 of the fertilizer makers would keep a natural gas generator going. So 1 natural gas generator to 3 of the fertilizer makers. So what the power is, you get 800 watts from the natural gas Jenny, and the fertilizer makers take 120 watts. So that's 120, 240. That's 360 watts to generate 800 watts. Which is 8, 4, it's 440 watts of excess power, basically. Depending on your plumbing setups and all that, it can come out a little differently. But that's your basic numbers there. Okay, so all of these are set to go, and look at that, all the sculptures are done. So that should have helped decor a little bit. It's only -8 in here. I'm not sure why there's, okay, sculpture, tile, ladder. Really, what tile? What tile is giving me +18? That's weird. You just, I don't know. Not sure. It must be this tile. It must be this in here. These are granite, right? Yeah, that's what that decor bump is. So yeah, decor +6. So yeah, that granite tile is actually pretty good for decor. Alright, so we have some more hatches down here, and I still haven't been able to migrate them over. I'm not sure how to handle this. Raw mineral. I could just move my room over here. That would be a lot of moving of material, but it would work. Alright, so we need to dig all the way through to this area here underneath, because this is going to be a massive amount of power generation. And then we need to get some gas tiles in here. Gas permeable. Now I can do my second ladder system that I've wanted to do now for a while. I kind of want to know if this is gonna be an even number of painting. So 1, 2. I'm gonna pause it for a second. So 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. I can cancel all of this. That's why I paused it. I don't want them to actually build it. That's perfect. That's 2, 2, 2 all the way down. So I'm gonna cancel all of those. And now I can build a ladder going up this side, and we can get into this other cold biome and see if there are any goodies in there. I'm kind of curious. So there's one. I have enough for 2 more beds if I really, really wanted them. I want to put some gas permeables and dig those out. And again, if there are hatches in here, that's just tough cookies. Those hatches will be eliminated soon enough. I don't want to deal with them any more than I have to. So yeah, we're gonna want gas permeable tiles all the way through here. This bottom one is not going to be gas permeable because I want my CO2 to build up down here so I can pump it out somewhere. If I keep building gas permeable, it would just sink and sink and sink, and I would not be able to kind of block off what my base is going to be. So yeah, I needed to have a stop somewhere. All this other space in here, I mean, we can go, you know, do some maybe gas management stuff, different options associated with that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to build this out. So I'm gonna build 2 there. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, I want to just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Might as well do a little bit more this time around. So I want this door here, this door here. I'm going to have storage compactors back here. There we go. And I think of this thing beeped at me. Nope. Okay, so we are close. I want to take out all of this, all of this, all of that. All of these are going to get moved over to here. And now that they have a place to burrow, I can do some, you know, I can work during the day and get some stuff done and not worry about them wandering off and getting into trouble somewhere else. So this is going to be batteries and power gen with a heavy watt wire going all the way through it, and that's going to be tough because wow, that the decor is, I mean, it's already pretty neutral, but the decor with the heavy watt wire, it's killer. It's absolutely brutal. So just plan for a little bit of decor action when you get those heavy watt wires going, because it's tough. You don't want people running through there very often, and if they do, you want them to have as brief a stay as possible. All right, we got one more gas permeable. We got another one here. I want to take out the ladders. No, I'll sort out the storage and everything. Kind of what I use when I get a big run like this. I'll cover it in storages and then put paintings over the top. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure that we had enough room for an even number of paintings, because I'll just slap the paintings over the top, which helps with the decor hit. You can see here, we still have a little bit of positive decor, even with the storage compactors, versus over here, it's pretty abysmal. So I like to have a good amount of decor, just to sort of just to help with that. Somebody pick up this wool for me, would you? Please. What is going on here? There we go. Alright, so I'm going to copy these settings, paste them in here. I'm going to copy this setting and paste them in here. So it just dumped out like 160,000 kilograms of sandstone. And I'm just going to move it from here over to here. And then I'm going to break all of these. You can see, since they're not moving very far, they go pretty fast. They would be faster if I had actually oxygen down here, but unfortunately, that's a no-go. Okay, and now they're locked in place, and unfortunately, I don't have any. I don't have any sandstone to feed them just yet. But there's 5 hatches in this little area. There's 3 right there, and there's 2 more right here. So that's a pretty good number of hatches, and yeah, that'll work really well. And then I can use this space. Oh, what? Oh, yeah. A little bit of meal ice was left over from the last push. 192 grams. Which I'm gonna need a compost heap for that. So I think what I'm gonna do, go to refinement, compost. I don't think I have a compost anymore. I think I got rid of it. But yeah, I think I got rid of it. So we're gonna need one. I'll put one up here, just because we already have air deodorizers up here. And a compost heap puts out polluted oxygen. So we're gonna need that. So they're slowly moving all this stuff over. They have a high priority. See, the priority is bumped up to 6. So they'll do this before they handle anything that's priority 5. And this is already priority 6. So he's doing some good old frost buns. Okay, I think he's good on that. We've got 44,000. Yeah. So as soon as this one is done, I'm gonna cancel it. And there are 6 wheat grains in there. I'm gonna empty storage because I don't want those to rot, just like these over here rotted. And then who knows what I need to do about this meal ice. I really want to redo that. But as far as temperature goes, they need a little warmer temperatures than what we have available at the moment. I could move them up into here. We've got a little bit of warmth over here, but once I bust into this area, this whole thing is going to start cooling this area down. It's already working. You can see the area is normally this hot, and this is slowly pushing its cool air in. Plus I've got one of these little Play-Doh Morb looking guys. These guys consume like chlorine, and they produce polluted oxygen. And then the puffed consumes polluted oxygen and produces slime. So yeah, that's kind of the circle of life when it comes to this game. So if you can get these guys working together, you can actually produce quite a bit of slime. So yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that. I would love to get this guy into this chlorine and have him consume all this chlorine up. That would be very, very nice. What are these guys doing? They are fertilizing the sleet wheat. Okay, so all of this stuff is good to go. And I have these all disabled. Okay, there they're gonna start breaking them down. I still have some storage for... where is it? Yeah, I still have some storage for sandstone. So there is some available. So I'm gonna sweep all of that. And then I'm gonna build gas permeable going across here. And we're almost there. We've got ladders, got a good amount of ladders, got some seeds in here even. A mealwood and a briar seed, excellent. Because I want to get this all squared away. We're finally getting to a point in this base where I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable with our progress, because wow, it has been a journey and a half, and finally we have all this water, all this ice that was in here melted, and this ice here is a little ways from melting completely, and that's a lot of ice. That's 3 tiles worth of ice right there, and that's 8 tiles worth of ice. So, and that's got quite a bit longer to go before it melts. But we're filling our water back up over here, which is a good thing. Let's see, what else do we want to do? The hatches are out, and I think all these other storages are sweep only that have the sandstone. So I'll be able to now feed them going forward. And we want ladders coming down. And then I do want a ladder coming down here as well, but I'll get to that after I go through all of this, because it's... who knows what these buried objects are. If one of these is a hatch, that's going to be... it won't be impossible. It'll be tricky, but it won't be impossible to get it in here. And I can take out all that. That could cover some of those ores. Good times. All right, so let's think about. Oh, we've got to drill through here first, and this is going to be brutal, because we're going to need so much storage for sandstone. We've got roughly two compactors, 2 1/3, that we could put sandstone in. I think what we're going to want to do, I'm going to drill through the rest of this. I'm going to build the ladder going through. I like to dig first, otherwise they do the ladder all piecemeal. I don't know what I like. Too slow. Okay, so get that done, and now I can do just a massive storage floor. Oh, and there we go. And then I'll put decor, I'll put masterpieces in granite. There. Massive storage floor. All right, well, that'll do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.